Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT VALORANT Champions Paris 2025. My guest at this time is d4v of PRX, following their match against XLG, where they came out victorious in their opening match of said tournament run, and of course moving on to the next round in the group stage, and of course. And d4v, massive congrats on starting off on the right foot. Uh, Job well done. First and foremost, I gotta give you the obvious opener. How you feel?
I mean, feels good. Like being able to win the opening matches is always a nice confidence boost, for me and the rest of the boys.
Yeah, and I'm sure like there was that pressure or some sort of just having to start off with a victory and not have to like put yourselves in a hole at this point of the tournament. And so with that said, looking at the opponent that you had at your or that you were looking at first and foremost, what was the preparation like? What did you kind of see in XLG that you felt might have been difficult to counter?
I think when it comes to the Chinese team, they are always unpredictable, I would say, in terms of the play style because I think most of the Chinese team kind of play similar to us, where they like to make a play, and they have a very good aimers as well, such as like Rarga and Happy Way. So I think coming to this matchup, the preparation would be being able to match their firepower, I guess, since there's always been, like I mentioned, some of the Chinese team play style. So I mean, the pressure is obviously on us coming as the Toronto champion and also stage two. Like I think everyone expects us to win easily, but it's not always gonna go your way sometimes. So being able to close out 2-0 definitely helps us in terms of confidence, I would say.
XLG busted out the bind for the first time, or more so the second time in a few weeks, after not really kind of been using it for the entire year, and obviously with consideration with like what's been going on in the map pool and the like. Did that surprise you in any way when it came to them going for that map?
Mm, Not really. When I watched their VODs, I knew their bind is also kind of good. So I think it makes sense for them to pick bind since that's one of their best map, I would say. If looking at the VODs, like they played very comfortable in their previous matchup in the in China. So yeah, doesn't really surprise me. So I think it makes sense.
I mean, for the rest of for the duration of the matchup, it felt like you guys were very energetic, very like standing up on the chairs. I remember like after Forsaken pulled off like 4K play on Sunset, he kind of like stood up and shouted some words over to the XOG guys. Who what talk to me about what that environment was like, just having to like go through the comms and seeing the energy and just have that vibe of like being ready right now.
At that round, when Ilya canceled the trip from with the shock darts, and Jason managed to flank them, and when we checked the beam in, he didn't see anyone watching him, so I kind of knew that he's gonna get the highlight because the cipher is the last guy in beam in, and he was checking the camera, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get like a lot of kills since the smoke also kind of like aspired aspiring. So yeah, I'm just there to watch the show. I'm just enjoying my popcorn and enjoying my boy doing the plays.
In a lot of ways, you might have like the best seat in the entire house when it comes to watching paper. It's just being a more supportive player and just seeing the rest of the guys do their
Yeah,
thing.
if
And
my boys are like hitting those kind of shots, and you basically just do nothing, just heal them, all for them, rest them, like they're gonna clean up for you. So yeah, it's nice to see like some of my boys hitting insane shot. Like yeah, it's a pleasure.
for sure, I mean, still sticking on to Sunset, we saw you play the Sage once again in that map. Kind of feels like, whenever you guys play Sunset, you're going to be on that agent more specifically compared to other maps where you kind of might go to different direction, maybe like a Vise or a Viper. What makes you effective on the Sage in Sunset specifically?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it just suits us in term of like the com. Like when it comes to sunset, it just flow whenever we run this com. especially since we have Viper, so I guess you can delay with the wall with the molly, so it kinda don't really need like another heavy sentinel. Stage is kind of like half sentinel, I would say, since there's no trip and stuff. But her ability is very good in term of our playstyle, since we like to play in a chaotic way. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, it just suits us.
I mean, and of course, hopefully this form will continue well into the rest of this competition. And so, I mean, looking into how this team has been performing in this competition, I don't, I kind of don't really want to focus on like what you guys want to face tomorrow or like or the next match, and like either whether it is Sentinels or Giant X, but more so just looking at the approach in general for this competition. Obviously, you guys are the reigning world champions, so like the title's on you. You guys are, it's up to you guys to defend it. Then again, EDG is the world champion, so it's kind of hard to differentiate. But nevertheless, what makes this approach different compared to past international events in which you guys try to be the hunter instead of the hunted? Or has there been any difference in that regard?
uh, I think probably we gonna bring the confidence from Toronto into the game, but also at the same time not to be overconfident. Like find the right balance going to champ this time, since we fluked the last champ, and we don't really wanna mess up again this time, since everyone is playing very well, and you don't really wanna like look down the opponents as well. So yeah, I think it's a matter of time where you find the right balance of those, and it's not easy because sometimes you kind of have a mindset where you think like, oh, like, or maybe it's gonna be easy game. Sometimes it just happen, but it's important to keep in check with your mental state, I would say, so that you don't really like kind of like being full of yourself or something. Like if there's any. So yeah, I think just try to do what we do in Toronto, like game by game, like slowly but surely. Like if it's gonna happen, it will happen.
Say for Fnatic in 2023 when they won lock-in and then followed that up with Tokyo, no other team has been able to repeat international success, whether it is like going from Masters to Masters or Masters to Champions and, so on and so forth. Are you confident that this will be the, the different, this will be a different situation with your team's current form this time around in Champions?
Uh, I wouldn't be able to answer that, but what I can say for sure is our mm, like situation right now, I would say much better than last year. I would say, like, not because of Toronto whatsoever, but I think this year we get a lot smarter than previous years. Like we play not so gamble, I guess, and we try to take main advantage seriously. So I think that's what is lacking in the past. So I mean, if we gonna say we gonna take the trophy again this time, I mean, I would love to. I mean, the boys also would love to, but to be super confident about it, like I don't think so. Like I said, like, it's game by game.
One more question I want to squeeze in before I wrap this one up. You mentioned about back in Tokyo, your goal was to find fishing gear, and hopefully you're able to attain that. What's your goal for Paris? Do you feel like it's going to be also fishing for more
Ah,
fishing gear or whatever or something like that besides winning the Champions Trophy?
nah, nah, no more fishing stuff, and because when I came back from Tokyo, my luggage was about to explode already. So maybe just sightseeing, I guess, in Paris, and I heard that some of the food is very good. So just sightseeing, take a photo of take a photo with Eiffel Tower. I think that's a must. Like basically, the next time I just take a look at my gallery, at least I know that, oh, I've been to Paris. So yeah, I think much.
Massive consumer divide, taking the entire environment. So job well done on that. Job well done on this match, and job well done also for this interview you gave me, Divide. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
and best of
Thank you
luck.
for
I'll see
having me.
you for future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.